afternoon, everyone. My name is Jing, Jing, and actually currently is I came back like once or twice a year, right? It's very nice to be here. And today I'm going to present my team's work recently on from debate to writing. I think people coming here tonight, no, this afternoon, have many questions like what if AI could help us become better writers, right? And what if it could challenge our thinking and push us to craft stronger, more persuasive arguments? So the advances in generative AI actually in the field of argumentation theory and the research in the area of education are increasingly become interconnected. So I think on Sunday, I'm introduced to the seminar on the Hong Kong summit, right? Actually, the Zhang Xiang, the principal, actually shared a slides like this. I'm so interested into like people are able to understand AI and to solve mathematics and logical thinking, programming, and computational thinking. I think at the very early, like 2023, we have a collaborative project with CMU, Monash. At that time, our student can get access to ChatGPT, but most of the university in mainland China, they couldn't. So at that time, when I use the MOOC services like provided by CMU, and my student in my course, they asked whether we can use the ChatGPT to solve mathematics problems. I said no, right? And the second stage is able to use AI, right? And prompt and instructional design, skills of AI tool application, and interdisciplinary integration. And I think most of the people coming here is very keen to the question that will our students able to surpass AI? And personally, many people don't think, our students don't think they can compete with AI because they are thinking that AI can do everything. They are more authoritative and they are more like capable people. So how to enhance students' curiosity, creativity, and metacognition, ethics, and values? That's also my focus. So let's get back to argumentation theory. The advances in the field of argumentation theory and the research in the area of education are increasingly being interconnected. So on the one hand, education is the natural and traditional application of argumentation studies. Since Plato's time, we use dialogue and dialectical reasoning, and they have been regarded as crucial components of education. And in the Middle Ages, we have the dialectics, grammar, and rhetoric as a very important tool for academic teaching and argumentation tools. We may facing problems when we are as individuals, right? So what should you do if you're facing a situation? It happens to me once. When I was in college, and my friends asked me to fishing in a small pool, but at that time I'm not very good at fishing. Actually, it is the first time I go fishing, so I borrowed my father's fishing tools, which he used to fishing in the sea. So what happened to me is that I spent the whole night figuring out these fishing threads by myself and missing all my friends' birthday parties. So at last, I do not luckily as this guy. I figured it out, but I use a scissor cut all the messy threads, right? So at that time, if I have the argumentative tools, the things would be easier for me, right? Okay. So I think you may also face things like this. And if you are talking with others, do you think he or she understands you? It may be a situation like this, right? you're talking, but the other guy is completely at a loss. And also, when you argue with your friends, with your wife, with your girlfriends, in this place, which do you want? I think sometimes if it were me, I'd like a more capable others like God who can solve our problems. So in this case, argumentative, collaborative dialogue have been shown to be an extremely effective teaching strategy, both for improving students' critical skills and addressing background knowledge, including misconceptions and the roots of these deep disagreement. So the principle is that at the basis of the idea of science, as an argument, the view that science education should address the appropriation of scientific discourse, constructs students' knowledge through argumentative interactions. So we have also have a very traditional way of dialogic approach, which has been proposed by the Cambridge Education Dialogue Research Group, directed by Dr. Victoria Cook, Dr. Louise Major, and Dr. Sarah Hennison. You see, at that time, there's no generative AI and there's no AI at all. They only use the first one created speaking and listening classroom to the thinking together website. They can get people put out their thinking and encourage children to elaborate their ideas, encourage them to ask, can you explain? Can you to be more specific on what you are saying? And encourage the questioning of ideas by students. Why do you think that? And organize productive group work using self and peer assessment. I think that's pretty much the similar things happen in your classroom nowadays. So with the aid of AI, especially generative AI, this is a report, actually it's not a newly developed one. It was one who published in June 2024. At that time, the user base of generative AI products in China has reached 230 million. And by July 2024, more than 190 generative AI large models have been built and launched, offering public services. And where the advert of Nongxia clone, right, which is introduced to us like November 2025, it's been a hot topic during our Spring Festival this year. So the emergence of ChatGPT, the emergence of DeepSeek as a major player in the generative AI landscape has become a significant highlight for the accelerating the development of application of AI technologies in various industries, especially in education field. So our question is how to develop a more dialogic approach to empower argumentative writing with generative AI. So we've seen many studies conducted in the field of education, engaging students in debate activities. So we have in the old saying, argue to learn, right? And we have teachers orchestrating like debates in kindergarten schools. At that time, maybe half the student is against the topic and half of the student are for the idea, right? So despite debating to develop argumentation skills, educators face considerable challenges in helping students to develop argumentation skills. Just as I mentioned, if I'm the teacher, if I want to hold a debate activities, it's kind of very hard to implement in my classroom. I don't know how to engage everyone to engage the debate activities, and I don't know whether they can get help, get timely feedback during the debating process. So the students may experience difficulty in finding relevant and trustworthy information sources and formulating generalizable claims and using evidence effectively to support claims and refuting an argument in light of evidence. So taking my own personal experience, when I was in middle school, I was asked to debate. Actually, I asked my mother's friend's favor. He is a lawyer, and he read up a like 5-page length defense paper for me. But at that time, it's hardly for me to have time to digest all these and behave like I have better have a performance in front of my classmates. Actually, I didn't use any of the evidence he gave me because, as you know, maybe debate requires more time for you to prepare. And actually, you need to have a very in-depth understanding on the topic, unless you can perform, like you can in front of your classmates and to challenge them and to reply their challenging questions, right? So I would like to search for some theory to help me to understand how to engage students to better conducting like debate activities. So I found this deliberate argument. So maybe you didn't see many theories or practical pedagogies related to argumentation because it means that you need to criticize others' ideas, right? So they have a frame their term like constructive argumentation. And this deliberate argumentation is a type of dialogue aimed at reaching a reasonable consensus through careful consideration of opposing arguments rather than merely trying to persuade. So in this case, it's quite different from persuasive argument. It means that you can change your ideas at any time. But the premise is that you know each position, you know each other's position. And we have 3 basic purposes. First one is surfacing arguments, exploring and elaborating arguments on multiple sides of an issue, evaluating arguments, critiquing and refining arguments through dialectical exchange, and coalescing arguments, integrating or reconciling opposing arguments to form stronger, more nuanced conclusions. So we have also read some literature on multi-agent systems. At that time, we have many comparison studies comparing single agent and multi-agent systems. And the multi-agent systems are especially useful in various areas, such as marketing simulation, monitoring, system diagnosis, and other fields. So a multiple agent system can perform designated complex tasks and address complex problems effectively through collaborative interactions among the agents. So the research has shown that introducing a multi-agent debate framework with assigned personas for each agent can enrich the diversity of perspectives and improve the persuasiveness of generated arguments. So we want to seek for answers for the following 4 questions. The first one is what are the student performances in writing argumentative essay using generative AI? And does the utilizing of generative AI enhance students' critical thinking? And which approach leads to better outcomes in student argumentative writing, using a single agent or utilizing multi-agent debate system? So the last but not least is, in what ways does the design of multi-agent debate system appear to support or shape students' argumentative writing? I'd like to show you a video that actually it is the very first version of our minds, the multi-agent debate systems introduction.
Our team has developed a multi-intelligent debate system, which we call MEX for short. In this system, students can engage in debates with generative AI by themselves, or work in groups on various topics. In MEX, 3 intelligent agents are involved. These are intelligent teacher, debate assistants, and AI debater. To complete debates, one should go through swiftnesses, individual position statements, collaboration and debate, and evaluation and reflection. Before starting the formal debate, students click through to the principal tasks page. Before knowing their association, each student should get familiar with the background and relevant information of the topic, develop their own perspectives and argumentation strategies, engage with the AI tutor to explore potential ideas, and gather supporting arguments. Use the online documentation to further elaborate on possible methods. After the debate, students can start writing their essay. In the online documentation, there is also a reflection list. In the reflection list, students write down their thoughts on how multi-agent debate assistance influenced their thinking and reflect on how they can better interact with AI in the future debates using maths. I hope this 2-minute video will give you a better understanding on how to employ AI in supporting argumentative writing. Welcome to Use Maths and have fun in arguing and learning.
In step 1, students are not assigned any side at the very beginning. They don't know which are they against or for this topic. So first we gave them some agent, which is the tutor, to help them to form their ideas. They can prepare both sides, right? As a formal debate, you need to prepare for both sides. And the minute they get into the system, they will be assigned you are the affirmative or you are the opposite side, right? And then they can also still using the intelligent tutor, or they can just use what they prepare and to debate with the AI debater. So at this stage, we have AI debater and we have AI assistant, and the one who can conclude which side is the winner, so the debate expert. So at the very last stage is evaluation and reflection. So as a student who only plays one side, actually they can look at the expert's decision and whether they believe or not, and they can run it again. So many students, they will not be very confident at the first stage. So they may fail the debate, but after several rounds, they can compete with AI and be the winner. So this is pretty much the interface we designed, but actually it has been upgraded to version, a newer version that will be introduced in the later workshop. And the we can have students doing group debate, or they can do individual debate. And here is the 3 agents, the opposite debater and the intelligent tutor and the assistant who would orchestrating the whole debate process. And we have listed all the instructions related to the debate, and also the student can use the online editing document to discuss with their group mates, or they can prepare their materials which would be used later during the debate. Okay, so basically we divided it into 3 phases: initial phase, rebuttal phase, and conclusion phase. Actually, during the rebuttal phase, student can ask questions to the AI debater at the stage, or you can you can just use your own intelligence to debate with the opponent. So this is the experimental process. Actually, we have a student experience the system, like 2 weeks for one task and 2 weeks for the second task, and then we conducting the multi-agent debate system in the third task. So it can be divided into task 1, single agent, task 2, single agent, and task 3 is the multi-debate system. And we have pre-test and post-test on their critical thinking skills and disposition. And also we have their own whole process of debating and their writings at the end. So basically we have data sources from 3 tasks: T1, T2 single agent, T3 multi-agent, and we have online interactions. We collected all the interactions between students with single agent and multiple agent, and we have all the documents from the argumentative essays and the student reflections, and we have their perceptions about the multi-agent debate system. And let's see. So basically, students perform well in the using generative AI in writing task 1 and task 2. And this is the frequency of interactions with AI in task 1 and 2. So if you ask that, what if student asks the AI to write up the essay for them? Because they are university students, we do not forbid them to use that. But actually, if there's all the students are using the same topic, it comes very critical that whether some student can perform better in this case. If all the students are using generative AI to write up for them, that would be like the same rate, right? So what generated by the generative AI is pretty much similar points. So the second task, they also use a single agent, and during the writing process, we calculate the distribution of student using generative AI in writing for task 1 and task 2. So this is the normal distribution of the interactions. And for the task 3, it's a bit different, right? We can see that the different color represent the interactions between students with and AI tutor, student with debate assistant, and student interactions with negative side debater. So suppose the student can get the ideas correct. Actually, the debate assistant interaction should be pretty much the same, right? It gave some instructions on student, give them time limit and what to do next. But for some students, it seems that it's a difficult job for them. They always do it wrongly. So the interactions with debate assistant will be longer, with bigger than other students. And during there's a inquiry phase, so you can ask multiple questions to the opposite debater, AI debater. So some students make use of this opportunity to challenge their opponent. So you'll see the S04 asks many more questions than others. And some students only ask like the minimum, like 3 questions to the opponent. And during the debate, you can use the intelligent tutor, or you cannot. You can just leave them alone and use your own intelligence, what you prepared to debate. So this is pretty much the process, the learning analytics we've got. So we calculate the pre and post task and to see whether the students can get enhanced on the critical thinking skill test. It turned out that not every sub-dimension is increased, only the meaning. But the meaning for the critical thinking test, the meaning is the most difficult thing in the critical thinking element. So we think that even if the total score doesn't have a significant enhancement, but the meaning, the sub-dimension has increased. The students, in terms of the students' critical thinking disposition, do they think they have been more open-minded? The yes is definitely, absolutely, yeah. Everyone said their critical thinking dispositions have been significant changed. So let's see the outcome. We've conducting the descriptive analysis on task 1, task 2, and task 3. So the previous 2, we used only single agent, and third one is the multi-agent. Do you see the results? Which one performs better? It seems to us it's not a surprising result because in terms of task 2 and task 3, there's no significant improvement, right? And at that time, we want to figure out and find some reasons to supporting this result, and we find one, which is think about the time we use to engage students in argumentative writing. The first and second task, we have students using the intelligent tutor, the AI, for 2 weeks. But the third task, we only have them to experience the debate activity, which is only lasts for 90 minutes. So actually, we think that it is pretty much a good outcome out of that. So in terms of the fourth research question, we want to know in what ways does the design of multi-agent debate system appear to support and shape students' argumentative writing. So in this case, do you feel familiar with this? This is actually very close to Toulmin's elements, right? Critical thinking and argumentation elements. And instead of using the complex model proposed by Toulmin, actually many researchers have divided the elements into 6 categories. Then we can see 3 pairs of them. First is claim, and first claim with data, right? And counterargument, claim, and claim with data. And they have rebuttals, rebuttal claim, and rebuttal data. So we use this simple one to indicate students' argumentative quality like this. We see that the most frequently appeared elements, critical thinking elements, are claim and data, but not every claim comes with the data, right? So the second period is rebuttal claim, 93, and the next is 78, counter-argument claim. So if it step into the third stage, rebuttal, it means that they need to respond to others' counter-argument. It could be regarded as a deeper critical thinking. So the claims and supporting data show consistently high and tightly distributed frequencies across students, and high-level moves are unevenly distributed, with counter-argument and rebuttal data remaining sparse across most essays. So not every student are able to form counter-argument and rebuttals. So we also saw students rely primarily on claims and supporting data, and high performers show greater use of counter-argument and rebuttal moves, and higher writing quality is associated with a more balanced argumentative structure. And we get deeper in students' writings, and here are some examples that our student like. This is a topic whether iPads can be used in middle schools, and some students are for the idea, some are against this idea. So AI debater said why iPads can assist students with special needs, and then the student gave data like a 2012 study published by the American Association for Special Education found that special needs students with using iPads improve their social interactions and communication skills by 30%. And then we saw AI debater have make some key points here, like counter argument to respond to students' ideas, and also we saw many rebuttal claims here. So let's get into other topics for reference. At first, we used MIT moral machine. Maybe you are very familiar with this one is self-driving cars dilemma issue, right? And the MIT Moral Machine is an online platform that presents users with ethical dilemmas faced by self-driving cars. So in each scenario, here we picked one of the scenario. Like sometimes the Chinese don't regard dog as the utmost priority. So we don't choose that. We choose the occupations and male, female, and old people and girl, right? And to let the student to debate. And we found that the simple and versus the complex argumentation in the autonomous vehicle trolley problem like this. This is a very typical one, which we regarded as a simple argument, and it operates at the level of folk morality. It is characterized by a linear progression from a single ethical principle to a practical conclusion, often bypassing meta-ethical consideration. So they only see this question or the debate topic as yes or no question, right? So let's see another one, complex one. Okay, from the structure, you can see that the complex argumentation engages in applied ethics. It deconstructs the problem across multiple analytic layers, recognizing that a dilemma is not merely ethical, but also technical, legal, and political. So I don't think people can, or student, even university student, graduate student can compose such complex debate issues in a 90 minutes without the help of AI, right? So, okay. So the multi-agent system with assigned personas can enhance students' dialogic argumentation skills. And this framework is expected to increase the depth and persuasiveness of students' argument. And the significance of the research lies in its potential to address common challenges in teaching argumentation. For example, we have only one teacher in the classroom, but we have more than 30 or 50 students in a class. And we want the AI sometimes or more authorities to provide solid evidence, and we want the students to learn how to formulate rebutting counter arguments. So these are the references we've used. And last, I want to quote one from Confucius, but actually when I second check with DeepSeek or ChatGPT, actually it is not from the Confucius, right? But everyone thinks it's from tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, and evolve me and I will learn. So when I designed this debate system, I'm thinking of like, I asked the multiple agent to play like different roles, like AI play the affirmative side and AI play the opposite side, and the student just watching them debating. I'm thinking of that at the very first stage, but then I think of this, actually the student, you need to engage them and you need to have them experience all this. So they will ask themselves, maybe somebody in this class or in this classroom still thinking that you cannot compete with AI, right? But I will tell my student and I will tell you that actually in this case, you are person plus AI. It could be like you are more capable than AI itself, right? So I think it puts an end to my presentation. Thank you.